Welcome to Celebrity Lanes.
After one frame of action, George, tie score 9-9.
Tie score. It's a tight game. And there's another blue pin on alley number 11, which means if Milt Kamen knocks down that blue pin, there's another $1,000 added to the score. On the next lane, Sabrina, please.
No, on 11, Sabrina. Well, Sabrina, you once again came through knocking down 6 of the pins.
Okay. Don't be nervous. Relax.
George, I can't tell how many steps he takes in his approach. Can you?
He has a very unorthodox approach. You got one pin.
Picked off that 7 pin, and very often that's a difficult one to get.
Lou has a difficult split to make here, right?
He most certainly does. I've seen him make this one before. I'll bet he'll do it right here. Oh, not quite enough action coming off that.
Notice Phyllis's approach, Chris. She has a smooth approach.
Seemed to be just a little high, up high in the pocket, and consequently no action to knock down that 8 pin.
It's amazing. We have a tie score. They're bowling neck and neck.
Now look again. Sabrina George has the blue pin. She has an effect on mechanical devices, too.
Just missed the blue pin.
I have to give her credit, though, because she was going for that $1,000 addition to the scholarship fund.
I like Milt's approach.
Well, by losing control at the line, Milt was only able to knock down 3 pins here in our Celebrity Lanes contest. We incidentally have waived the foul line rule. Lou Campy. And there's our first spare of the game.
First spare. Wonderful, Lou.
So as you can well imagine now, Sabrina and Lou Campy have gone ahead just a bit here, and in that last, as Campy covered the spare, a blue pin was included, and another 1,000 goes to their score. Sabrina up on 10. All but one. Gallant bid for that strike, George. There's a sleeper blue pin.
I think Sabrina's doing surprisingly well for a girl who's never bowled before.
Let's see how Lou Campy does now, trying to cover this lone pin. He's got it.
Good. Good, Lou. Campy made it.
Sabrina and Campy now, back-to-back spares. We now complete the 4th frame.
And she made a spare. Beautiful bowling by Phyllis Notaro.
Up on the Brooklyn side, and beautifully done. And that, of course, will get them right back in the game as Sabrina goes for the 10 pins, including a blue one.
She got the blue pin.
The blue ones and all but 2. They were working on a spare, so, of course, 8 pins added to the 10. And here now, Milt Kamen. That'll be an interesting setup for Phyllis Notaro to shoot at. And here is one for Lou Campy. Beautifully done. 3 spares in a row, covered by Lou Campy. Phyllis Notaro up on 11. Phyllis having a little trouble, you know, leaving that single pin standing on in many cases here. Here's Sabrina up on 10.
Oh, good. You finally learned something from it.
And as you saw, there was a pin that did not come up standing on 10. Now on 11, Milt Kamen.
It gets harder, doesn't it?
Lou was going for the works, but left one standing. And there you see the score. Joe Brown, our scorer, It's indicated that Sabrina and Campy have 74. And now here is Phyllis Notero trying to cover. Again, high on the head pin. Phyllis a little upset about not getting her game working as it usually works. As you know, she won the 1961 All-Star Championship in San Bernardino, California. Sabrina, another blue one. An opportunity. Will she get it? She has it. She's won more money than the other three put together, George.
I still like Milt Kamen's approach. I think it merits a little recognition.
Wrong approach.
Sort of a woodchopper style. He has wonderful balance coming off that line. Do you notice? Well, our professional guest stars have certainly had difficult spares to cover, and here's Lou Campy trying to get another for he and Sabrina. Up a little high. So here is Phyllis Notero trying to complete the 7th frame. She does it.
Beautiful, beautiful ball. Phyllis Notero.
So it's Sabrina and Campy, 82. Kamen and Notero, 60 with a spare working for him in the 7th. Sabrina, it's the first that you haven't directed properly, which is a very, very good batting average.
It's a blue pin on channel 11.
Gets it!
Got the pin. You got the pin.
Kamen was working on a spare. 82 to 75. Lou Campy. Remember, he was rolling the second ball as Sabrina had rolled the first ball, as is the case in all frames. So he was actually rolling the second. Getting the spare. Again, Phyllis is high.
Phyllis, I think it's time right about now we took our little break here, our little coffee break, and see how we stand in our game. How's the score, Chris?
Well, after 8 frames here at Celebrity Lanes, George, Sabrina and Campy have 82 in the 7th. They're working on a spare in the 8th, while Kamen and Phyllis Notero have 84 at the end of the 8th frame.
Then we have
And as for George, as for $1,000 pins that have been picked up, Sabrina has knocked down 4, and Milt Kamen 1.
one. That gives an extra $5,000 to their score. Is that correct?
It certainly does.
We'll be back in just a moment, folks, for the last 2 frames of this exciting match after this brief message from our sponsor.
Back again, as you can see on our scorecard here at Celebrity Lanes, at the end of 8 frames, Sabrina and Campy have an 82 in the 7th frame, working on a spare in the 8th, and Milt Kamen and Phyllis Notero are trailing with 84 through the 8th frame. 2 frames to go, and here is Sabrina moving up to the line. You notice she has a half-step approach, let's call it, that has done well in picking up the blue pins. She was shooting for none there as she left a nice little
doing
fence
very well for a
Lou
beginner.
Campy a little later on. Milt Kamen on 11. So it'll be Phyllis who'll have a tough one to cover. Here's where you can probably pick up a pointer on how Lou Campy picks up this fence.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. Now you know why he's one of the leading pros in the country. So that gives Sabrina and Campy a spare in the 9th. Here is Notero. Tough one
That
for
was a
Phyllis.
tough one to lose. It was a tough one, Chris.
Phyllis coming up high all the time. So with Sabrina and Campy leading now, Sabrina on 10.
And there's a blue pin. It's headed for the blue pin. She got it again.
Milt Kamen is a little
And Milt got his blue
upset
pin.
about it. Good boy hits his 2nd blue pin. Sabrina's gotten 5 now. As we've completed 9 frames here in our game. 115 for Sabrina and Campy. Working on a spare. And Campy gets it. Phyllis Notero now. she can pick up these 3 pins, we'll give her team a spare in the 10th frame, and it'll give them a bonus ball. And she gets it. So both our teams have that bonus ball coming up, and there'll have to be a lot of battling on the part of Notaro and Milt Kamen, because after 10 frames, it's Sabrina and Cappy, 115 in the 9th, working on a spare in the 10th. Kamen and Notaro, 90 through the 9th with a spare in the 10th. Here is Sabrina. Milt Kamen, this is
Right
the
down the
bonus
alley.
ball. Didn't
Oh,
quite
we
come
had
up in and left the pin standing. So,
Let's see, how do we stand on our score now, Chris?
well, Sabrina and Campy have won the game, as Joe Brown is now totaling our scores. Sabrina and Campy have won the game 129 to Milt Kamen and Phyllis Notaro's 109.
Well, let's get our winners out here. Sabrina and Lou Campy, come on out here and receive your trophies. They're receiving congratulations from the losers. Congratulations, Lou. Congratulations, Sabrina. Would you bring the trophies out, please? To our winners, we give you these lovely trophies. You take this with all our good wishes, Sabrina. And Lou Campy, you did a wonderful job bowling for the first time. You did it.
This is indeed a surprise.
How do you like bowling with a British movie star?
Very, very nice.
It's very strange we don't have bowling in England, you know.
I think you'll take it back with you.
You think so?
You did didn't you do a wonderful job? Both of them, just great. And don't go. Milt Kamen and Phyllis Notaro, would you come out here and receive your trophies?
I'll take anything, George. Anything at all, I'll take.
Phyllis, what do you think of your partner?
I think he was real good.
Thank you. Now, here are your trophies. They're not as big as the winners, but you not only received these trophies with our blessings, but you have won. Do you have the totals? What are the totals, Chris?
Of course, George, to the winning team goes $5,000 plus an additional $5,000 because Sabrina's favorite color is blue, having knocked down 5 of them.
Well, that's wonderful. That's $10,000. Will go to an accredited college. You will send at the rate of $500. That's 20 students you will send to college. I think you did a wonderful job tonight. And our losers, what was their score?
$2,500
$2,500
in losing, plus the 2 blue pins that were knocked down by Milt Kamen.
Plus
Congratulations.
2 blue pins, that's $4,500. Well, that's not too bad. You did a wonderful job, both of you. And I want to thank you. Let's give them all a nice big hand. And thank you all. You can go sit down and have some coffee now. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode of Celebrity Lanes. We'll be back next week with new pro bowlers and new celebrity bowling stars. So until then, this is George DeWitt saying thank you and God bless you. Good night.
Next week's Celebrity Lanes contest will star Jane Meadows and Bob Hope. Be sure to join us for the fun and excitement. This has been a production of Celebrity Lanes Enterprises.